finally feeling like my reading pace is actually somewhat back on track. Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a weekly wrap-up. I decided to keep it rolling for this week and talking about everything that I read in the last week. And this was a pretty good week. I did finish all 3 of the things that I was reading when I talked about last, starting with The Magic of Recluse by L.E. Modesitt Jr., and I still really enjoyed this. I'm going to be doing a deep dive review that'll be out later this week because there's a lot I want to talk about with this, and there's a lot I think I can talk about spoiler-free. I might do a little bit of spoiler too, but more so just talking about what this is doing, the focus on world building, and a lot of things that I really enjoyed, because this was such a surprise, and I think this is going to be something super niche that I know, and I got some comments from people that love it and some people who hated it, and so I'm really excited to talk more about this, but I really enjoyed it. I will absolutely be continuing. I think this is going to be a series that I kind of passively do, because I have several more, and like I said, the audio, which I did for this, which was narrated by Kirby Hayborn, was also really good. And since I have some kind of out of order, and I plan to go in publication order, I may do that and then kind of hybrid with it. So we'll definitely be continuing the series. I'm really interested to just explore more of that world. And then next up, I finished Throne of Jade by Naomi Novik. I was actually reading on my Kindle because I was reading a different physical book, as we talked about here, but it was good. Not as good as the first one, and for me, it was a slower book. Not as much happened, a lot of politicking, but I still enjoyed the relationship between Lawrence and Temeraire, and it felt like it was setting up some stuff and doing some building of their relationship and building out how things are going. That's going to be really important later on. So still good, still enjoyed it. And it's still, probably like a 4-star, maybe like a 3.5 rounded to 4, but still like solid. Definitely going to be continuing with the group and reading Black Powder War, which I think we're going to do in March, and we're doing every other there. So definitely we'll be continuing and interested to see more and see where this goes. But yeah, it was a good time, just a little bit slower, and it's not the worst thing, but the first one, I don't know, there was something about the first book that I really, really loved, and I'm hoping that the next book will really kind of bring it back as well, with Black Powder War, and really get back to what I really, really wanted. So we'll have to see, but hopefully so. And then next up, the one that I was reading physically, which was Feet of Clay by Terry Pratchett, and this is book 19 in Discworld, and I think 3rd book in the City Watch collection, and I just started this because I really do need to read more Discworld. It also is included with I Have a Bunch, which is kind of, you could kind of just see them a little bit up here. I have a bunch more to go in these cool, the kind of like special little hardcovers. And it's a series, obviously, I've meant to continue, and I want to read a lot more of, and I think I might try to get back to doing those as kind of palate cleansers. None of them are particularly long. They're just really fun, easy to get through, and so I felt like it was a good choice to throw in because I needed some good stuff, and I enjoyed everything I was reading this week, so it was really nice. Feet of Clay was just another fantastic one. I feel like I'm at the part where the books are all very, very strong, because I think the last one I read was Masquerade, which was fantastic. The next one I have up is The Hogfather, which I'm really excited for as well. So been really strong, and this one is continuing the books being a little bit more actually structured in the narrative. This is following a mystery, but then also dealing largely with golems, and then has quite a lot of commentary on both slavery and labor in general, and the leadership and how workers are treated, as well as gender and all kinds of stuff that are being discussed with how the watch is running. All of that, and a good mystery story that's kind of put in there as well too, which this was interesting because it's the last one, Men at Arms, did have a bit of the mystery element too, but this one really was specifically kind of, there was some satire and parody in there for Sherlock Holmes, very definitely, but it's the first mystery thing I've read since reading actual the mystery books from Patricia Meredith, the Spokane Clock Tower mysteries. So it was interesting seeing kind of oh yeah, this is what we're doing. But I mean, everything from Sherlock Holmes to RoboCop kind of references, and dealing with just the same group of people as somebody is poisoning Lord Vetinari, and they're trying to figure out how, and then dealing, of course, with golems as well, and with dwarves And a female dwarf who wants to actually be seen as a female instead of most dwarves where you would never know which is fun. My favorite kind of running bit that was just a small thing in here is there's a vampire who keeps coming to the watch because he keeps almost dying because he's putting himself in the most ridiculous risky situations, like working like in a place around holy water or a pencil factory, wooden stakes and things like that too. And so there's always the little running jokes that I just thought were so much fun. This one we focus more on Angua too, which was kind of fun to see, and continue Vimes with his character arc, which has really been strong. And I know the Night Watch is supposed to be really the big one. That's kind of the pivotal moment. I'm really excited to get there. The other thing though is that this one does especially is it throws in some kind of like, the CSI techniques and, uses some tropes like blowing up a picture by having the imps just draw it really big or like drawing something really small to like look under a microscope, things like that. Just the way they're kind of doing it in a fantasy setting, I also thought was really fun. So it was a great read there as well. And I'm excited for some more Discworld also. And then, was not necessarily what I planned. I was not sure what I was going to read. I was actually planning on starting Solari by Michael Johnston because I have the first 2 books of this. I know almost nothing about it, and I have it physically, and the audio is on Scribd, and so I'm trying to focus on books that I can double format. But I realized that Snakewood I have physically in my library has both the ebook and the audiobook, so I'm going to triple format this, and then hopefully that'll mean I finish it pretty quickly because I'll be doing physical during the day, Kindle in bed, and then audio if I have times that I can't do one of the other 2. So got this started. Not super far in. I'm on chapter 2 because I just started this earlier today, actually, as I'm filming this. But this is supposed to be pretty dark, and it's like different tales being told from groups for people in this mercenary group. And it sounds like it's supposed to be really dark, and all the characters pretty terrible, and that it kind of maybe goes a little bit out of order. So it sounds sort of like Road Brothers by Mark Lawrence, except it seems to be a little bit more dark and serious, I guess, in some ways. But so I'll see. It seems interesting so far, and it seems like this is very divisive because as I was adding it to my Goodreads, I saw a lot of reviews, and some people loved it, some people hated it, somewhere in between. So I'm interested to see where I will land. I'm not very far yet in it, but I really like the red of this book. It looks cool. So I have not read any Adrian Selby yet either, so I know his stuff is supposed to be interesting. So I'm interested to see where this one goes, but I should hopefully finish this pretty quickly. And I honestly have no idea then what I will pick up next, but we'll find out in the next weekly update probably, and see what I end up picking up, because I'm just gonna, all efforts are going to this. And I figure that's a good way to get through books quicker instead of reading 3 things at once, reading one thing a lot quicker. So I might do that a little bit more with multi-formats, anything I can get like the ebook, so I can do that at night. I'm so spoiled. I don't like reading physical books in bed anymore. Hardcover is a little easier than like a paperback, but I love my Kindle for bed, so it's nice to do that kind of thing. But anyway, though, that's everything that I read in this week. It's been a good week. Hopefully we'll continue into the next week as well. So let me know what you read in the comments. If you have any thoughts on these things or just what you were reading in this last week as well. Always interested to hear what's going on and hear from you, so definitely let me know. Make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Check the link in the description, as always, for the Wizard of the Enclave Discord. If you want to chat books, whether any of these books, other books, really anything at all, it's a lot of fun and we'd love to have you. And of course, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe.